Uncle Storytime, the girl with two faces. It has been a while since I have posted anything. Just goes to show how quiet things were. Until now. My story takes place on the night of Wednesday, 21st February 2018, though it could have been in the wee early hours of Thursday, 22nd February 2018. Just a side note, since the house swap last year, my connection to all my ghosties, Charlie, both my grands and little Adam, has been minimal to nearly non-existent. We moved back into the house in August last year, 7 months after renting it out to a couple who literally were hitting each other and having full-on screaming matches since they moved in. And the first time Tim and Elaine came back to the house, they said it felt dark and oppressive, though the atmosphere in the house has gotten better since. I have been fighting a cold that just won't leave me for almost 2 months now. On Wednesday evening, I had fixed myself some medication, effervescent tablets, and I carried the glass to my room where I had other meds as well. Once I finished the medicine, I put the glass down on the chest of drawers. Keep in mind the chest of drawers in not very high, standard 4-drawer size, and my room has thick carpet. During the night, I woke up to the sound of glass shattering. As I lay there, feeling my heart beat in my chest and wondering what the heck I had heard, I started wondering if I had dreamt the noise and woke up because of it. The house was silent, so I eventually calmed down and went back to sleep. My alarm went off, and I turned to put my feet down the left side of the bed. My flip-flops were waiting for my feet. I had my feet into my shoes in the dark before I reached out my left hand and switched on the bedside lamp. And that's when I got a bit of a shock. Less than half an inch from my right foot, on the carpet, stood the base of the glass I had drank medicine from. There was an immensely sharp shard of glass sticking right up like an inverted dagger, right next to my ankle. The glass base was standing upright on the carpet, and all of the glass had shattered right around it. The pieces lay strewn right around the base. How could something like that happen? It made no sense to me. There is not one thing that could explain to me how a glass could have moved off of a chest of drawers, fall perfectly upright onto a thick carpet, and shatter in such a way that all the shards, except the biggest and sharpest one, ended up being scattered right around the base. I went and showed my mom what I had very nearly stepped in, and that's when she told me that something very weird had happened to her during the night as well. She said she became aware that someone had crawled onto the bed with her, and then the person was pinning her to the bed. She said she was still half dreaming, looking up into the horrible face of a little girl. She said the face was horrible to look at, and she could feel that whatever this thing was, it was malicious and wanted to hurt her. Or worse, she said she suddenly dreamed that I came walking into her room, and the face of the girl changed into that of a normal, pretty little girl. And once I left the room, the face changed again. It shook her around on the bed for a few minutes before it left. She was so rattled. She said by the time the thing started shaking her, she was wide awake and crying. As a result, she has barely slept in 5 days. I noticed that I have scratches on my arms, thin scratches like a cat would give you. And both Thursday and Friday, I had red marks on my neck, like pressure marks, that just wouldn't go away. Which is strange, we don't have a cat, and I know no one was anywhere near my room. I tried asking Tim for help, and he said to me it sounds like someone brought something dark into the house, and it is fixated on me. My mom got off worse. How could it be attached to me? Unfortunately, my avenue to help when it comes to him is closed now. He has blocked off his sight, and everything else that goes with his gift, as he says it, is not God's will for him to see. If that is his way of finding peace, then I am very happy for him. It's just a bit difficult to navigate unknown waters right now. I'd appreciate input or advice. Story 2. The Skeptic and the Playful Ghost. As I have mentioned in my previous stories, we have had many paranormal experiences in our current house, but they have mostly been positive/neutral. One of my favorite encounters happened to a friend of ours in our house. We are very close with Jay. He lives a few streets away from us and is at our place pretty much every day. Jay knows that I believe in ghosts and that my husband sort of believes, but Jay is a total skeptic. He has never seen, felt, or heard any kind of entity and has never had any kind of paranormal experience at all that he is consciously aware of. We often discuss the paranormal when he is over, but we always end up agreeing to disagree. Our discussions can get quite heated but have never turned into a fight or argument. We had gone away for a few days and had asked Jay to stop by once a day to feed and play with the dogs and cats. We also invited him to stay at our place if it was easier for him. One night, Jay was over at our house, relaxing after feeding the animals. He decided to do a bit of a tidy up since he had basically been living at our place for a few days and figured he would help us out. He worked his way around the house and was busy in the kids' room when suddenly the night light switched on by itself. The night light is an LED light that projects thousands of red and green dots all over the room. The dots move in patterns and starbursts. Jay said afterwards that he thought it was odd, but then figured that it was motion activated or on a timer or something. It isn't. He went to turn it off. The off button is an actual button and not an on-off switch. Press once to turn it on and once to turn it off. As he turned his back on the light after turning it off, it came back on again. He said that he was getting a little annoyed at that point, so decided to just unplug it from the wall and be done with it. Just as he turned his back on the light, after unplugging it, the light came back on. He checked the plug and it was definitely still unplugged, so there was no reason that the light should be on. It definitely doesn't have any kind of backup battery or anything like that. Jay eventually decided to leave it and just close the bedroom door behind him. The light must have turned itself off at some point because we found it off and unplugged when we got home. He only told us about this experience when we got back a day or so later. I had a quiet giggle about it because it was almost definitely one of our ghosts playing with the skeptic. It had probably grown tired of his talk of disbelief and was saying, "You want proof, buddy? Ha ha ha." Jay still doesn't believe in ghosts and insists that there must be a logical explanation for the light. I agree with him on that point. The logical explanation is ghosts